Hello, and thank you for watching. This is set number 3 of Boris Berlin's Essential Daily Exercises, my favorite piano technique method. We will start with a tutorial, and then when the tutorial is finished, there will be a playthrough if you want to just skip ahead to that point for your daily exercise. So we'll start with set number 3, exercise 1. And this is a kind of a stretched out first inversion chord. It's not the prettiest exercise to play, but it's good to focus on your bridge of your hand and the first knuckles, watching so they don't buckle. Play this with a nice firm tone. We're going to start 1, 2, 5. You're going to walk all the way up the scale. Accent every 4. Accent. And so forth. So as you see, the third finger is wanting to kind of reach up, so the goal is going to be to kind of keep that third finger quiet. Here is set number 3, exercise 2, for relaxation. We've done this already with our third finger and our second finger. It feels a little bit different with the pinky just because the pinky is such a shorter finger. So you'll feel how your other fingers might kind of crash into the black keys. So just keep it loose, just like you have the past 2 times. And then try it on the black keys also. Here is set number 3, exercise 3, for stretching. This is not going to focus so much on the curve as it did before, but more the extension out here at the top of the hand. We'll approach the exercise in a similar fashion. You're going to hold your thumb down and roll up on each note as you go to the top. So you see, we do still have the gentle curve here, but it's focusing a little bit more on the top of the hand this time. If you can't reach the octave with 1 and 4, then just stop at A or even B. Go as high as you can without feeling any tension. This is set number 3, exercise 4, for the passing over the thumb in the scales. I really like this little exercise. It's kind of fun to play. So you're going to put your thumb here on F. That's where your thumb would cross under on a C scale. That's what this exercise is for. So your thumb's here, and you're going to hold that thumb down and just pivot over it. Like this. Trying to keep the other fingers gently resting on the keys, then you'll play it one at a time. Notice I'm not doing a huge angle thing when I cross over. I'm trying to keep it kind of straight like this. Your hand actually will form kind of a half moon when you're doing scales. You kind of want to keep that in mind for where you place the third finger and where you place the second finger. It's not going to be quite as high as that 3. 3 is going to be a little bit higher, closer to the blacks. Here is set number 3, exercise 4. Wanted you to just see this from the side view. So you have your hand set up in a really nice curved shape like you'd want for your scales, and it's just going to gently pivot over your thumb. Trying to maintain the shape and the nice half moon of your fingers. Then one at a time. This is set number 3, exercise 5, for octaves. I like this exercise. We've already worked on the pinky, we've already worked on the thumb. Now we're going to work on strengthening that pinky on the top, played at the same time. By the way, if you can't reach an octave quite yet, you can do the same exercise in 6ths or 7ths, depending on your hand span at this point. So we'll start with playing it together, and then I like to take these staccati with a little bit of a crescendo. So touch, 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 and then quick in and up. So when I play that quick roll up, I'm having the hammer strike the strings more quickly, which creates the accent. This is set number 3, exercise 6, for the trills. We've done this combination with many different fingers. Little more tricky with fingers 2 and 1 for the trill. Not the favorite trill combination, but we have to work on every combination of fingers for trills. So it's going to be the same as before, like a big down, and then up, and then touch, down, touch, all in one wrist motion. And then the triplets are going to feel down, up, up, down, up, up. 3 notes in a gesture here. Then finally 4 notes in a gesture here, down, up, down. The goal of these trill exercises is to get multiple notes in a gesture, so when you're playing a trill that lasts for 4 beats or something like that, you don't get as tired because you've learned to manage not doing this. I want you to see how slowly the wrist is moving up during those trills. So down. You're pacing it, so you're not going up on the first one like that. Pace it nice and slowly, like you have a stretching band. Triplets, same thing. Down, up, up. And then the 4 note. So wrist moves up for the 4 notes. This is set number 3, exercise 7 for the repeated notes. The numbers are kind of small, so they're a little hard to see. So the first part is fingers 2 and 1. Second part is 3 and 2. Third part is 4 and 3. Now there's many ways to play repeated note. So what I'm going to show you is the way that seems to work best for these finger combinations for me, but there are many ways to do that. The key here is you don't want your wrist to be really low. You want to have it be a little bit higher, and so you can feel like you're just kind of jiggling it back and forth. So we're going to have 2 and 1 first. See, for 2-1, I just like to have, see on my fingers, they're just placed in different places on the key. Because the thumb is shorter, you can do that. But 3 and 2, they're more or less the same length, so we can't really do it that way for 3 and 2. So you can kind of shake back and forth. You see I'm kind of moving back and forth for the 3 and 2. Wrist still nice and high. Then 4 and 3 would be similar to the 3-2. Gently, very slightly moving back and forth. 4 and 3, sometimes you can do like the 2 and 1 as well, but I think just gentle back and forth this way is a little bit better. This is set number 3, exercise 7 for the repeated notes. So you're getting your wrist nice and high so you can just touch and switch. Nice and bouncy. 3 and 2, slight side to side, not huge. 4 and 3, little side to side. Sometimes I feel like I'm playing the 3 on the left part of the key and the 4 on the right part of the key. It keeps it organized. Here is set number 3, exercise 8 for double thirds. Here's the one where we stand up. We're going to anchor with 4 and 2, and then we are going to talk to fingers 5 and 3 and will them to press down at the same time, and will our thumb to just rest gently on C. I think this one's really hard. So my thumb is wanting to go crazy. I want to keep a good bridge here. I want to watch the caving. And then part 2 of this, we're going to go down on the 4-2, up on the 5-3. The goal is to have these 2 fingers sounding at the same time. This is set number 3, exercise 9 for triads. So we've done the root position triad, we've done the diminished chord. Now we're going to do first inversion triad. So it's just like the root position triad, we're just feeling the distance of an octave, little tiny rainbow bringing us between positions, feeling that 1, 2, 5 spread out with a 4th at the top, the interval of a 4th. Feels different than this, feels different than this. It's bigger on top. So we're going to roll up Lead with your thumb, by the way, for the octaves. Feel the thumb. And then little circles here with your wrist, little tiny wrist circles, down, down. Keeping this knuckle firm. Here is set number 3, exercise 10 for the 5 fingers. This is kind of a fun exercise. We've had triplets in the past 2 sets, and now we've got groups of 4. Grouping the fingers as they go up the scale in groups of 4. So it's going to be down, up, 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 1. Then you stay there and move your second finger. So you're rolling. See, when I roll, my thumb is getting ready to drop. Now 2's getting ready to drop in the new position. And my hand is slightly angling at the top. That's going to make me be able to play that a little bit faster. If I stay in here, I have to negotiate these black keys. But if I come out a little bit, then I don't have to worry about crashing into the black keys in the key of C. Other keys are a different story, but you can practice other keys after you've mastered this in the C edition. Here is set number 3, exercise 10. I want you to watch the wrist as it rolls through the different positions and how the thumb lifts up, if you can see that from this side view. Roll, then thumb gently finds the new place. Fingers firmly on the keys on the tip portion of the pad. This is set number 3, exercise 11. Again, we're working on tenths, and once you feel that distance of a tenth, see if you can do it with your eyes closed. But see, I'm just very gently have a little arc between my pinky and my thumb. Here is set number 3, exercise 12 for chords. We're going to anchor with finger 3 this time. Shift the hand slightly to the right and roll through those triplets. Be mindful to just allow your thumb and your pinky to release when you're going to the bottom so you don't get your hand all stressed and tensed in an octave position. Down, up, down. Thumb releases, pinky releases. One more time. And then second half. See if you can get all 3 notes to release and hit the keys at the same time. And always focusing on this joint here, making sure that we're not caving like that. Here is set number 3, exercise 13 for tremolos. We've done single notes, and so now we're going to focus on having 2 notes play at the same time. It can be tricky, so start this one pretty slowly, and your goal is to have 5-3 not sound like that, to have it hit at the same time. So it's going to feel down, up, up, 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 down. Notice jiggling at a 45-degree angle. I'm not just going down, up, up, down, up, up. Kind of going sideways. By going sideways, it allows me to stand up on the 3rd finger and play those better together. Here is set number 3, exercise 13 for the tremolos. Hands are on the keys. You're not really leaving the keys for this. So we'll start in C position. Wrist is kind of going at a 45. It's not really going this way, but it's kind of going. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Now there will be a playthrough of the whole set without stopping so you can play along. This is a playthrough of Boris Berlin's Essential Daily Exercises set number 3. Most of the exercises you will be able to see. There's a couple where I'm just going to move my left hand up an octave from where it's written in the score so that you can see my hands because it won't be in the view of the camera here. So we'll start with the right hand and we're getting nice and stretched out. Nice bridge, nice curved fingers. Here we go. Here's left hand. Left hand has a different harmony because the third's at the top of the chord, and left hand will just feel slightly different when you move because it's shifting over and then playing the key that you just played. So it feels a little different at the shifts in the left hand. Quick shift. Watch your hands, see if you can get that third finger to really relax. Keeping the bridge nice and firm. Here's For Relaxation. We'll do it with the pinky this time, 2 times through. Lift and move, same action. It's one thing. Left hand, same thing. Feel that finger pad, you're rolling up and floating off. Same thing with the black keys. Here's number 3 for stretching, starting with fingers 1 and 4 in the right hand, little mini roll-ups. One more time. Left hand. Just going to relax the rest of your hand. My pinky's always wanting to go in the air. Here's exercise 4. Right hand's going to get set on F. We're going to be switching between 3 and 2. Let's do that 4 times. 3, 4, and then let's do part 2, a little slow. Feel the pivot over the thumb. 2 more. 1 more. Left hand will get set on G because that's where that switch occurs in the scale, the opposite of the right hand. So pivoting over, we'll do 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow. Relax the rest of your hand if you can. 3, 4. Here's the octave practice, number 5. Get your hands set. Mini crescendo. We're going to do this twice. Touch, 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 touch. Quick. One more time. Get set. Touch, 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 touch. Quick roll up. Left hand. Here we go. Get set with 1 and 5. Crescendo as you go through the staccati. 1, 2, 3, 4. By the way, this is too large for your hand. just do it on a 6th or 7th. Here's number 6 for the trills. We're going to do each of these 4 times through. So we got down, up, 2. You're feeling the tip of your finger pad. Here's part 2, 4 times through. 1, 2, down, up, 3, 4. And we'll do this 4 times as well. Black key this time, just so you feel how that feels between fingers 1 and 2. Here we go. Down, up, down. My wrist is moving up slowly during those 4 notes. Left hand, 2 and 1. Down, up, 2, 3, 4. Part 2. It's down, up, down, up, down. Hands super close to the keys. 1 more. And then we've got 4 notes in the gesture this time. Down, up, down. 3, 4. Here's exercise 7 for the repeated notes. I like to kind of place 2 and 1 next to each other and just alternate. Nice high wrist on this. Repeat. Switch to 3 and 2, slightly going side to side for this one. 4, 3, same thing. Left hand, start with 2 and 1 on low C. Repeat. Switch to 3, 2, slightly going side, side. And 4, 3. I think 4, 3 is the hardest. 4, 3, sometimes it's hard to control those. Here's number 8 for double thirds. Start with the right hand. We'll do all the repeats in this. Try to get both of them sounding as one. And then part 2, we've got down, up, down, up. 2 more. Thumb just let relax. Left hand, here we go. Set. 5 and 3. For me, my left hand's a lot harder. Then we're going to have down, up, down, up. 2 more. Number 9 for triads. These are first inversion triads. Here we go. Roll up, lead with your thumb. 2 more. And then rolling through those chords, little circle. 1 more. Left hand. Left hand has different fingering. 1, 3, 5 for the left hand. Here we go. Kind of heading 45 degrees to the left. Then little circle. One more time. Here's number 10. We're going to be rolling and moving thumb as we roll up to the new position, or the second finger on the second half. Thumb's getting ready. Now we're going to work with the top of the hand. This is on a tip of finger exercise. We're not on the pads for this, we're on the tips. You can hear the clarity. 2, 2, 2. Left hand starts with 5, so left hand's going to be 4 groups starting with 5, 4 groups starting with 4. Here we go. So pinky is coming up and getting ready. Now 4 gets ready. One more time, starting with the pinky. Here we go. groups of tenths, we'll do 2 sets. Just touching, move. One more time. Super loose, free with the arm. Left hand, I'll do an up an octave. Really common for the left hand to have this interval in music. Here's number 12. We'll do the right hand first for chords. Set with the right hand finger 3, rolling through. Here we go. One more time. Here's part 2. Try to play and release those 3 notes at the same time. Left hand, finger 3. It's going to feel different because of where it is in the chord. This one will feel a little bit easier, actually. Here's number 13 for tremolos. We're getting our hand set in C position, and we're going to kind of jiggle at an angle for this one. Here we go. We'll do all the repeats. 2 more. 1 more. Left hand, same thing. Ready, and. Thank you for watching this video on Boris Berlin's Essential Daily Exercises Set 3. For more of a challenge, you can try any of the exercises in different keys so you get an idea of how they feel with black keys in them. You can try them in minor, all sorts of different ways. I hope you'll subscribe for more videos on piano technique and piano education. Thanks again for watching.